Hello, hello everyone. Welcome back. BogMod here. Playing more of the Legend of Heroes Trails of Cold Steel 4. Oh. We will not be opening that chest. It's a little 96 chest that I will be leaving alone. But I will go through here. Weird magic glowy rocks. Hopefully not some sort of radiation for us to worry about. This looks like... Yep, this is the boss fight chamber. I'm quite sure.
Be on guard. It's strong.
The Stone Domina. Ancient Serpent, a human face. Instant cast art has weak petrification skills.
My turn.
I don't like the sound of that.
I shall go.
Eye for an eye.
It's my turn. Chop, chop. Let's get him.
Let's do it. Yeah, let's do this burst. Smash.
Here I go.
Oh, and then I can do the critical from the Berserker.
My turn.
Okay. We need to spread out.
Eye for an eye.
If he is using
I shall go.
petrification,
Here I go. Now.
which is fine. Oh, see? Petrified arts. There we are. I have a softening ointment.
Yeah.
There you are. Be soft.
Thanks. All right.
Let's go. Chop.
Yeah.
Thank you. Got it.
40k. Alright.
Ah!
My turn. There. There.
Gotcha.
Here I go. Ha, ha. Let's get him.
It's mine. Not today. Let's go. Ha!
Thanks.
My turn. Yeah.
I shall go.
Alright. Half-Life.
Now.
Gotcha.
Actually, what's this guy weak against? Maybe I should be using my own magic. Oh, and she got
Not
petrified
today.
again.
Let's go.
You must make her soft.
Yeah.
Thanks.
It's foolish.
Here I go.
It's fine. It's fine. I've got reviving bombs.
Yeah.
Thank you. Got it.
Alright, we'll definitely need a bit of healing on Yuna.
There.
I appreciate it. I shall go. Charging. Here I go.
Yeah, usually You know, Earth weak against... Oh, actually, Earth was... I was gonna say, it's probably very strong against Earth, but no. It's actually
Focus activate.
weak against Earth.
Huh.
Earth and wind, both highly effective. Uh-oh.
Useless. Now.
Gotcha! Not today! Let's go! Arcus, activate! I'm not done yet!
Yeah.
How much time does this do? 4K. Okay, you know what? That's pretty good.
There!
I can work with 4K.
I'll support you.
Thanks. Ha!
5K. Yes.
My turn.
Yes.
Charging. Here I go.
And
Not
petrified.
today!
Always the petrification with them.
Thank you. Let's go!
You know what? Let's airstrike.
My turn! There!
This should cure the poison and...
I appreciate it.
it.
Yes, good, good.
Ha!
Ooh, got the break effect on it.
Now.
How? Proud warrior!
My turn. Now. Transform.
Should finish it off. 10K?
Let's
No,
go.
not quite.
Yeah. It's down!
They're mine.
Yay! We did, everybody.
Those sword tricks of yours sure came in handy.
Thanks, Yuna. I trust your skills in battle.
Ooh. Zero, more evasion. Ooh. Ooh, more strength when you start combat.
Yeah, I did it.
I must train even more.
Stats updated.
You
Nice.
ain't seen no.
Yay, we did it, everybody. This looks like a dead end. There isn't a singularity here. Maybe some decent field practice, though. Let's call it a day. Oh? Wait, what? Something's coming. Oh.
I have a certain proposal that you might find of interest.
Oh, Black Albrecht. Oh, this is bringing back
Everything we need to
the
execute
Feedad,
can
Rutger.
be found nearby. There is, after all, only room for one in this deal.
I can't even remember why we chose that place for our final showdown. But it's obvious to me now. You've been the one pulling the strings behind our backs this whole time.
You know, I was just talking about how I needed to know more motivation. And that was not it. It was a vision, but different than we had of life at school. Maybe I kind of already knew that the gnomes had brought him back to life. You learned from Zephyr, huh? Conversation between the Jaeger King and Black Albrecht. There seemed to be another Awakener involved. Alright. I'm not sure this is valuable. But maybe? Thor's junior rating. Grade 8. I mean, I'll take it. Let's fast travel to Parm again. To the inn. I'm gonna take a nap. I've earned this nap. And also, what's- let's get that instead. Rest. $100. I can afford that.
Just what I needed.
And I have had it also mentioned, asking why it's different. Because in this game, I've clearly kind of gotten a little tired of the heroes constantly being led around by the villains. Why is it different in this game compared to, say, Crossbell? Though I didn't play Crossbell, I only watched it. Or Trails in the Sky. Well, I think I've thought about it. And I think I found out the reason. Let me see if this kind of makes sense to you. I think it is. Ooh, it's the bus. Bye-bye, bussy. Probably won't be another one for a while, too. We'll have to just go to Titus Gate on foot. I will rely on my flying robot when I feel lazy. Good for you, Allie. So Trails in the Sky was a 3-part game.
How's this? There! Ha!
We strike!
But its arrangement
Yeah.
made it more like a 2-part game. The events of the third were connected to the events of the second, but didn't progress a plot really
All right.
in the same way. It's more like, the events of game 2 happened to cause a forest fire, and game 3 was about a forest fire. It was just like a consequence, but not a goal. It was the thing. It was different.
I shall go. Yeah.
So, game 1 ended with, the villains having the edge, and then game 2 ended with the heroes outmaneuvering the villains. Now,
Very well.
at that point,
Shut.
right? At that point in the game,
Boy, no. I shall go.
I don't like that at all.
Yeah. Thanks.
Don't like that one bit. I'm just gonna kill you now.
About
That I don't like. I do not like you, Mr. Stabby Stab.
Next week. Got him. Don't let up.
Let's find out what else we're dealing with.
Eh?
A gnat monster with a sharp proboscis. So let's try it. Instantly hauling them to dry husks. That's terrible.
My turn. Behold.
Where was I? Right, game 1. Game 1, the villains won. Right? And game 2, we seem to beat the villains. And so at that point in the game, and the series, I had no idea how deep the rabbit hole went, as it were.
Hey, look. There's some fish there.
There's some fish.
There.
So it seemed like an honest defeat of the villains. And that is my... That's my
I got
context
a good one.
of that of how that game ended, right? The heroes won. The villains were thwarted. It cost them, and it was a setback for them. Like, you know, I thought they actually kind of wanted to have the Libra arc. I guess they didn't. But at the time, it seemed like they did.
There.
And yeah, they kept
I got one.
they kept the
I got a good
Oriole,
one.
the magic septarian that controls space. But you know, that wasn't the whole thing that they wanted.
I did it.
Yay! Cool. We'll continue on that. Then I went into Cold Steel, right? Cold Steel 1, you know, it's the first game. I expected the villains to win. Because, you know, there's a phrase that I feel is appropriate. It's called, you can't stop
They're in
phase 1,
disarray.
right? Which basically is you can't stop the villains from at least starting their evil plan.
Now.
Alright? If, you know,
Battle
if
complete. Let's continue.
Robotnik needs to get a magical MacGuffin to power his Doomsday robot, and then he plans to use his Doomsday robot to conquer the world. Generally speaking, he will manage to get his hands on the magical MacGuffin to power his Doomsday robot, and then you thwart him in some way, right? Rather than you just stop him from getting the crystal flat out in like 20 minutes in. There's nothing to do. Oh, I hate those things. Look at this. Look at that. Look at it.
There.
I guess we have to
I
kill
won't
it.
go easy.
I guess we gotta kill it.
Nuh-uh. It's my turn.
Ooh, I have an idea.
Let's go.
Let's go. Evan Crest.
Let's go.
Now. Yeah. Now.
Gotcha. Got it.
So yeah, like, I expected there was usually some sort of treachery or whatnot. And we got game 2.
My turn.
Good. Kill it.
Let's go.
Kill it before it can steal our power. Oh. It's got invisible. Okay.
God.
Now. There.
And that was...
My turn.
I liked game 2.
Knocked him right into
Whenever
the
I
next
may
page.
complain about it, and I did make fun of their deep, hungering drive to reclaim Crow, and their constant, we're totally neutral, but also we're objectively against one faction, and we will work with the other faction against them. I did make fun of that, and I will stand by my mocking of that.
Locked and loaded.
It's powerful. We must take care.
Let's fight it.
Ha! Watch out. This is a tough one.
Queen Kumanbana.
Let's beat it.
Here I go.
Very well. Arcus, activate.
Now.
Detector.
Search mode activate.
I think it can also instantly kill some of us.
Detailed information obtained.
For an insect covered in a sting on its abdomen and defeat the lethal dose of venom in a millisecond. Weak against wind magic.
Eye for an eye.
Don't give up.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks.
Thank you. Thanks.
My turn.
Warcry again. And then I will use him to kill the goons.
About.
Now. There. It's my turn. Arcus activate.
My turn.
Would enhance. But is it enough? That was pretty resistful.
Now. Here I go.
Very well.
More magic.
Don't give up.
Thank you. Not today.
So back to my talk about it. I expected some winning of the villains, right?
Got it. Ha!
Ooh, it's broken.
Now's our
That should be an
chance.
easy kill.
I'll assist.
But I thought the game had generally had a slowly
Good stuff, Altini. You did
increasing
I have your support to thank for
seriousness,
that,
as it were.
Instructor.
So game 2 ends. It has an interesting reveal about Osborn. You know, it was still good, but it's like, okay, now they can get into the real opposition. They can really oppose him now.
it. Woo, baby. Some
Crow
treasure.
died, so they did ultimately kind of fail one of their primary goals. I mean, he came back, but then let's talk about Crossbell.
You have the advantage.
Because after the second game, I watched a playthrough of the 2 games in Crossbell. So Crossbell looked fun.
There.
I would certainly have enjoyed playing it.
It's my turn. Ta, ta.
But my watching it
Let's go.
put it in an interesting
Cha.
placement in the story. Right?
My
And I would
turn.
like to liken it
Yeah.
to, if I may, the Star Wars prequels. Let's kill that one guy before he gets his murder stab on.
Behold the Vander style.
Auto tier anger, handy. So in the normal trilogy, right? The first movies of the Star Wars trilogy started with movie 4 or episode 4, however you want to put it. You know what I mean? Hey, buddy.
There. Begin
Right?
combat.
The Empire was already in a position of power,
Not
and
today.
it was about the plucky rebellion rising up against them, and they got a good, strong win in that first episode.
My turn.
That first movie. Yeah, the second movie
Here I
was
go.
a setback for the heroes,
Yeah.
but they pulled it again
Now's
together
our chance.
in the third and got their final win.
I'll assist.
But that's where the story,
Good stuff, Altini. You did it.
for in terms of
I have
our
your support
the,
to
you,
thank
the
for that.
viewer, that's where the story starts. It starts off with the villains having established themselves a while ago. Now, how does this impact Hamel Road 1? Palm Road 2. How does this impact the beginning of the prequels? Well, the prequels, right? You know where the prequels ended up going into it, right? You knew that it was going to be, this is not about, you knew where the story was going, and you go into it with the context of, I'm now going to learn how the
I'll
villains
save you.
Thanks.
got to where they were.
All
You
right.
didn't expect, you not only didn't expect the heroes to win, you knew they wouldn't, because you knew where they were going to end up.
Arcus activate.
Keelan, I suppose.
My turn.
So I kind of, in the same vein, I viewed
Thanks.
my
Now.
experience with the Crossbell games. I knew
Ha!
where it was going to end up. I knew
All right.
they were going to be conquered by Erebonia. Alright? So it's less about
My turn.
who wins, who loses, all that sort of thing. It's about,
the
what
Vander
is...
style.
It was about filling in a piece of information that I didn't have before. I didn't expect them to win. Really. Because it wasn't that kind of story. So now we go into game 3. Can I go farther down Road? We should have gone to Hamel. I may need to back up then. Oh, hello, train. Truck? Train truck. There's the gate. Food for nothing. Don't worry, she wouldn't have had left the gate yet. I know it. On the bus looked like her. Damn, you got some good eyes there, Kurt. Randy, you're just testing us. And I believe you know we're aware as well. Aw, he's a teacher. It's too high for me to see anything. I think it was too high for most of you to see anything, personally. Tall students only test. I don't know if I'd describe any of them as tall. More average height? Anyways, so, what was it? Right. Game 3, I kind of expected more. I expected...
Locked and loaded.
Because I'd already seen... Oh, yeah. The heroes lose, and then they come back. I'd seen that happen already. I'd done the part twice so far. With the first 2 games. And the whole, the villains win. It was all part of their scheme, right?
Very well.
It you know, started, yes, to a degree, I guess. It was happening in both the,
Battle complete. Let's continue.
it had happened in Crossbelt and it happened in Cold Steel, or Trails in the Sky. But Trails, it was new. Crossbelt, I expected it. To borrow still from the Star Wars movies, I want you to imagine an alternate way to experience Star Wars, right? Where you instead of starting with Episode 4, you start with Episode 1, right?
Very well.
And it starts off, and it's all about, you know, Palpatine continuing to slowly scheme, plot, and win, right?
An opening.
And like, you know, at the end of the first game moves, yes, they kill Darth Maul, and then there's a little clip of Palpatine going, meh, I don't care. Everything is going just as I'd planned. Meh, And, you know, game 2 continues like that, and then game 3 happens, and you're like, oh, and now he's taken over the Senate, and all the heroes have been utterly crushed. Okay. Then you go to movie 4. Now, in this version, movie 4 ends with actually the villains also they get the Death Star working fine, and they blow up Yavin, and the heroes barely escape. And then movie 5 ends, and the heroes are still barely winning. And each time the movies are ending with a little bit like, aha! It was all part of, or like, yeah, it was all part of the villain's evil scheme. Up until this point. And then finally in movie 6, right?
Here I go.
And you're like, okay, well, Palpatine has spent the last 5 films just utterly winning. Everything's going exactly according to his plots. Right? Even the times that we thought it didn't, it actually turned out it was. Oh, hello.
Man, feels like ages
Locked
since we've
and
been
loaded.
here.
Hello.
This is right where we hid the Draken, if memory serves.
Ash's plan was really quite good.
Sure, except for the part where you guys went AWOL and stole a military machine.
Yeah, but in his defense on this case, I will defend Ash here. And this is one of those rare instances where I will defend Ash. I partially blame the instructors in this case because he learned from you that there was absolutely no repercussions to him doing whatever he wanted. He learned this, and you're to blame. Where was I? Right. So you finally get to the 6th movie, and every step of the way has been movie after movie of either Palpatine winning and gloating, or every defeat was like, no, it was actually just another part of his Grandmaster plan.
Okay.
Right? And then you're finally into that last movie Palpatine is thwarted because of the Ewoks. And you're like, no. Not after 5 movies of him winning and outmaneuvering and scheming a bunch of 3-foot teddy bears. That's not how it goes. That is kind of how I feel
Let's go.
I've ended up with this Trails series, right? I've had too many movies of Palpatine winning, and retconning past events into him also winning, to be like, oh, well, this will be the one where they beat him. Yeah, they might, maybe. Also, kind of ties into I have no idea what he is actually planning. But that's kind of why I'm in a weird position with this movie. I think they took too long setting up the antagonist and made him too successful. It worked early on because it was new. But when it kept happening, it got past my own personal limit on, hey, wait a minute. Am I supposed to expect the characters to now succeed?
Let's go.
There's a non-zero chance, maybe even like a 1 in 3 chance, that the heroes will actually defeat Osborn in this, but that is also going to be part of his plan. And he always intended to lose in some way. And I don't know if that's gonna be a happy ending for me. Anyways, I hope maybe my Star Wars analogy about the prequels and the alternate way you could have experienced the storyline compared to starting it from the middle point and then going back kind of explains why I find the events in the villains winning so much as they are in Cold Steel is more egregious than the Crossbell and Trails in the Sky situation.
Okay.
I hope that explains my thoughts a little better. Obviously, some aren't going to agree, but I hope at least you can understand me. And I'll talk to you all later, and we'll explore this chest very soon. Bye!